Back with another edition of Pro Tips Betting. Today it's the 4th of March, Monday. Quickly going through yesterday's bets as usual. Yesterday we had on the safe bet Fulham-Chelsea, a Chelsea victory. Chelsea won this 2-1, I believe. 2-1. Close game. Chelsea was more or less in control. The next game on the safe bet was Nantes or a draw in the Guingamp-Nantes game. Nantes here played a 0-0 draw. So that makes the safe bet slip a win again. I believe this is the 4th day in a row. Total paying out of 2/4 in odds for this one. Quickly going through the high output bet slip as well. We had Copenhagen here, -1 goal. Scrolling down to that one, Copenhagen won 2-0. So that was a win. We also had Atletico Madrid victory over Sociedad. I believe here Atletico Madrid won this game 2-0. Yes, 2-0. Also got a red card. That was on Koke. 2 yellows on him. Next game we picked out in the Swedish Cup. Göteborg victory over Örebro. This paid 280. But as I warned you guys, this was a cup game, and yeah, that's why this was on the high output bet slip, because the odds were this high. I do believe this was a 3-3 game. Yep, 3-3 here. If you can see that, here we go. So we lost on that one. Next one was Watford-Leicester. We picked a draw. This was a 2-1 victory, I believe, for Watford. Watford 2-1. Also picked out Udinese-Bologna. This was a close 1-0, I believe. 2-1, sorry. 2-1 Udinese. And the last draw we picked were Marseille playing Saint-Étienne. This was, I believe, a 2-0. 2-0, yes. But again, the safe bet went in, and the safe bet went in, and the high output bet slip is really just tips for you guys to pick from. Alright, over to today's games. Don't believe there are a lot of games to pick from today. We might pick some second league games as well. We're gonna go ahead though, bring with us the La Ligue, and we can also take with us these 2 matches from Argentina. See, Denmark again, Midtjylland today, probably gonna win the game, gonna go through that. 1 game in Championship, the French League 2, the Bundesliga, second one, Greece. Could also take with us Shamrock Rovers here, Italy, the B Series. Gonna skip the Netherlands. Poland, we will skip that as well. 2 draws in a row, even the last 5. We're gonna skip that one. Gonna take with us Scotland as well. This is the cup again though. Spain, second La Liga, and the Swedish Cup. We're actually gonna skip that one today. Super League Turkey, Major League has been played. We're gonna skip the friendlies, and we're gonna skip the women's games as well. So that brings us to 14 games to go through quickly here today. Starting off again with Leganes versus Levante in the La Ligue. Nothing too big on the injury list. Over to the head-to-head, we can see Leganes has 2 draws, 2 wins and 1 loss. Levante 3 losses, 1 win, 1 draw. Levante though won 2-0 last game and 3-0 before that. And I do believe this will be a draw or a away win for Levante here today. Levante are actually oddsed for 20. Might be another gem of the day here with Levante. But a draw for 340 will surely be on my high output bet slip. It could as well be a away win. Next game, go to Argentina. Banfield versus Tucumán. Tucumán being the underdogs, paying for 10 and Banfield 2 in odds. Banfield with 2 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, and Tucumán with 2 draws, 2 losses and 1 win. They played a draw last game and Tucumán won the game before that. For me, this feels like a just a too open game to place my money on. But a draw play is very likely. Over to Tigre versus Vélez. Here Vélez are big favorites, 157. Vélez has 2 victories, 2 draws and 1 loss. Tigre 2 wins, 2 losses and 1 draw. Vélez won the last game 3-0 and also 3-0 before that. These 2 games was played in 2017. So probably Vélez should win this game as well on 157. But again, kind of tipping towards a draw game as well for me. I will pass on this game. Next game though, probably the safe bet of the day. We have the Danish Super League, Midtjylland versus Nordsjælland. Some players on the injury list for Midtjylland. They are favorites on 147. Going over to the head-to-head, we can see Midtjylland has a good form recently. 4 wins, 1 draw, last 5 games. Nordsjælland though, 2 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss. Midtjylland, last game they won 4-1 away, and the game before that was 2-1 at home. So again, big favorites, paying 145 is decent, I feel, and Midtjylland will be on my safe bet today. Just again doing a quick note for Midtjylland. Over to the championship in England. 1 game being played here. Sheffield United are the favorites, but the odds are 220. They do have some players on the injury list. Go to the head-to-head. We can see Sheffield Wednesday has 2 wins, 3 draws the last 5, and Sheffield United do have 4 wins and 1 draw. They played draw 0-0 2 times in a row here, the last 2 games. And Sheffield United here looking like the stronger team, but also Sheffield Wednesday are hanging in there. So for me this is a draw or a away win. You can check the standings as well. Sheffield United being on the 3rd place, pushing actually for a 2nd place today. Sheffield Wednesday on a mid-table placement on the 14th. We can quickly go over to Unibet as well and check Sheffield. Sheffield United versus Wednesday. Check the double chance, and the double chance pays out 129. Not the biggest odds really, but if you combine this with Midtjylland, you are almost ending up in 2 in odds, and this might make it to my safe bet today. Just again doing a quick note for a draw/away game. Then over to France, League 2, Le Havre versus Metz. Evenly oddsed, I would say. A draw paying only 280. Going over to the head-to-head, we can see Havre has 2 losses and 3 draws. Metz has 2 wins and 2 draws, 1 loss. Havre won the last game 1-0, and they also won the game before that 1-0, though this was in 2016. For me, this just feels like a draw game, really, and I do believe the bookmakers have it right here on the 280 for a draw game. Probably gonna make it to the high output bet slip for me here today. And by the way, the odds were on 3 for a draw game on this this game a couple of hours ago. Over to Germany, Hamburger versus Gruer Fürth. Hamburger big favorites on 136. Head to head, 2 losses, 2 wins and 1 draw for Hamburger. 2 draws, 2 losses and 1 win for Gruer Fürth. They played a draw game 0-0 last time, and the game before that was a 1-1, though this was in 2014. I do believe, again, this will be a draw game here today, even though Hamburger is big favorites. This could easily be a draw game paying out 475. The next game, over to Greece. Smyrnis versus Olympiakos Piraeus. Corsair Piraeus are huge favorites, paying 114. Smyrnis has 4 losses and 1 win the last 5, and Piraeus has 2 losses, 2 wins and 1 draw. Piraeus won the last game 1-0, and the game before that they lost 1-0 to Smyrnis. Could easily be a draw game as well, this one. Actually paying though 650. But again, Olympiakos Piraeus should absolutely win this game, paying out only 114. Not a safe game at all for me. And I wouldn't recommend pushing the odds up by playing a handicap game here. So either pick a draw game here on a fun bet slip, or just stay away from this one really. Maybe live bet it, wait for the odds at least to push up to 130, or thinking about a away win. Over to Ireland, Shamrock Rovers versus Finn Harps. Shamrock Rovers huge favorites again, paying decent, I would say, 130. The standings and the last 5 though, we have 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw for Shamrock. We also have for Harps 2 losses, 2 draws and 1 win. Rovers won 4-1 last time the teams met, and they won 1-0 away the game before that. Both games though from 2017. So yeah, Shamrock should absolutely win the game, and 130 it is decent. This might again be on my safe bet slip. Just doing a little note for that one as well. Shamrock home game, a little maybe behind that one. Then we have Italy, the B series. Close oddsed, I would say. Livorno, Benevento. Livorno 2 losses, 2 wins and 1 draw last 5. Benevento has 4 wins and 1 draw. Benevento won the last game 1-0, and the game before that also 1-0. That was played though in 2017. Quickly check the standings as well, as Benevento are on 4th place. With a win here today, they will go up to 2nd, and Livorno is struggling in the bottom. Of course, they want all the points they can get, but I do believe that Benevento will be the victorious team here today. The odds were, as I mentioned, 250, and you could easily play this a double chance draw or away. We can check that one as well on Unibet. Sorry. Livorno Benevento down to the double chance, and that pays out 134. So really decent for a double chance in the Italy B series. Draw or away. Marked on my notes. Over to Scotland. Partick Thistle versus Hearts. Here we have Partick Thistle with 3 wins, 2 losses recently. Hearts 2 losses, 2 draws and 1 win. Hearts won the last game 3-1 and the game before that 3-0. Hearts, I would say favorites, paying 190. Should probably win the game, but I don't think I will bet on this one. I don't know, I just have a feeling this might as well go to a draw this time, since they're playing away. But again, 190, really good odds for a away win on the stronger team. Over to Spain, La Coruña versus Alcorcón. Alcorcón being big underdogs, paying 650. Last 5 for Coruña, 3 draws, 2 wins, and Alcorcón 2 wins and 3 losses. Thing is here though, Alcorcón actually won the last game, the first game this season, 1-0, and the game before that was from 2014, so we're not gonna even think about that one. Coruña again being favorites on 161, but I do believe this one could be a draw, even a away win, paying out all or the whole 650. Another gem of the day there. Over to the last and yeah, 2 last games from Turkey Super League. We have here, how do you spell this? Akhisarspor versus Alanyaspor. Some players on the injury lists for both team. Papi Cissé, I believe, yes, is out due to suspension on yellow cards. Immediately feels like a draw game for me, paying 340. You can check the last 5 as well here. 2 wins on the home team, 2 losses and 1 draw. Alanya has 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. Alanya won the last game 2-1 and the game before that 3-1. But I do again believe this will be a draw game today on 340. Again, doing a note for myself on a draw on this game. Next and last game of the day, Kazi versus Trabzonspor. Some players out for Trabzonspor. They are favorites though, paying 220. Go to the head-to-head. You can see Kazi has 5 losses last 5, actually 7 on the last 7. So not a form team right here. The away team though, 3 losses, 1 win and 1 draw. Trabzonspor also won the last game 4-2, and they lost to Kazi the game before that 5-2. Again here, does feel like a draw game for some reason. Maybe too open game for me. But the big thing, of course, 7 losses in the last 7 for Kazi, and that might make Trabzonspor favorites in this game, paying 220. Okay, that's it for the games in focus here today, Monday 4th of March. The bet tips from me will be on screen in a moment. And as always, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel for the latest updates and walkthrough of the games, analysis. And again, join the Discord community, link in description. Thank you and good luck with your bets today.